G'day YouTube, Deuce29 back with you again, and I am here just quickly to say to you guys before you watch this video, I am sorry that I've been away for so long. My work picked up a lot. I've been focusing on this new course that I have to do in order to excel in my field, and I've got to do some other stuff. So I will try and get daily uploads going. I will try my best. I've been doing a lot of editing and whatnot so that my videos are basically ready for you guys basically as soon as they can be, and then it's all edited, so all I'm going to do is just upload it on the day. So I'll try and do that in the future. Hopefully it works. I've got UBC matches and Orange League matches to upload. I got some showdown sessions that I'll probably smash out, and maybe I'll get back to doing some stuff on the 3DS. We'll see. I just got to try and work out some kind of schedule that works with my working schedule and my study schedule. It's all a bit tricky, but just want to give you guys a quick thing saying thank you for your support, and hopefully you can enjoy this video today. Anyway guys, have a nice one.
G'day YouTube, Deuce29 back with you again. Hiccup. God damn. I'm here for our week 4 battle, round 4 I should say, against Adam the Bees. What's good guys, it's Adam. I'm gonna talk like him for a little bit. His team is on the screen. That rhymed. Anyway, aside from Adam, and that's it. If you don't think he has his voice, I may drop his channel so you can be the judge for yourself. I respect the crap out of Adam. Adam and I are very good mates, and so this battle has been tough for us because we do like to, chat about different strategies and whatnot, and so not being able to talk to him about strategies is interesting. Well, it was more interesting for him because I'm normally his go-to guy sometimes. But I'm really proud of him. He has built a team by himself. Although a lot of the times that we end up battling each other, I end up coming out on top. Last time I had a 5-0 win. The time before that there was a bit of hacks which led to him winning. So maybe I'll be more by hacks and he wins. Fingers crossed there isn't. But as you guys know, I pride myself on team building over battling. I think my battling skills are okay, but I think my team building skills, that's like my bread and butter. And so I really wanted to build a good team. After last week's people say it was a shock defeat. I mean, J-Specs I know is a very, very good battler, and I'll be taking him on in the Orange League soon. So I definitely know that he was going to be good quality, even if he'd lost earlier on. I knew he was going to be good quality. Everybody in this league is good quality. So I definitely need to make sure that I was preparing as much as I could for Adam. I feel like my team's good enough, but look, he has a very fat team. But the thing is, he also has a lot of very awkward threats to deal with. I just realized I need to change this. Initially, I had unaware, and I'll explain why. But basically, Adam's team is very, very scary for the fact that it has good bulk, but also good offensive options. So I needed to build to deal with not only the bulk, but also the offensive options. So I decided to go with kind of a split. It's kind of half defensive, half offensive. But you'll kind of see it's a bit of a mix, but I think you'll like it. Anyway, kicking things off, we have my boy John Cena coming in this week. And what might surprise you is that John Cena is only rocking one attack, and that is Moonblast on a Carmine set. Now, my reasoning for this is because if you haven't been watching Adam's transactions, I didn't know, he traded his Ferrothorn for Celebi. Now, what this means is he no longer has a resist to my Fairy Stab Moonblast other than Volcarona. Now, if we start getting up Carmines, with the investment that we have, I don't really care about Volcarona when I set up, and my Moonblast can lower his special attack, so over time, I think I've got the advantage there. But this Clefable set is really, I really dig it. People, I've been thinking about what that last move was going to be. It could have been Sub, to allow me to deal with a lot of his team. It could have been Stored Power, to allow me to get past some other of his walls. But I actually decided to go with Stealth Rock, and there's a big reason for that. And the big reason is the fact that if I'm Adam, I don't see myself staying in against the Clefable. Like, I'm going to scout maybe the first time, but if I'm Adam, there's no reason for me to stay in against Clefable. He may have Psych Up Mega Sableye, and maybe that could be a thing, but then again, he's not really hurting me as much as I can hurt him. He may have the Metal Burst as well he can stay in, so I have to pick my moment right. But the way I see it, if I'm Adam, I don't really want my Sableye taking a big Moonblast hit from Clefable, or the fact that he knows I could just set up all over him. and that gives me a chance to lay on my Stealth Rocks. I feel that Clefable's presence against Sableye is so strong that he won't want to risk having his Sableye weakened, when it is, primarily speaking, one of his best sizzle checks on his entire team. He doesn't want that thing getting weakened freely to then, you know, allow, again, like I said, my sizzle a very good chance. And Stealth Rocks being up is phenomenal. If he does bring Donphan as a spinner, I highly doubt he will, but he would have to bring Donphan as a spinner, Crobat as a default if I do get rocks up. But I think Adam's premise is that I'm not going to be able to get my rocks up in this battle. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. He might expect it, but then again, I'm more than happy to scout early on by just simply going for Calm Mind, as he doesn't really have a solo Clefable switch in. He does have Kyurem, but with the investment that I have here, I can take any hit from Kyurem as I set up, and then I can just fire off a Moonblast, and a +1 Moonblast kills basically every Kyurem set. If it's bulky Kyurem, that's kind of good because I can win some speed ties with my other mons, and it means he might not hit as hard. So I think Clefable is going to be very, very important. It is probably my ace in the hole. It is my win condition. I need to keep it alive and healthy. I need to be wary of the soft-boileds, and also make sure that I can maybe get those rocks up at some point. That'd be really, really helpful. Kim Jong-il is kind of the in-betweener kind of mon on my team. It's the one where I don't necessarily need it, but it basically is kind of like your last resort Pokemon. The way that I saw it, building-wise, I only needed really 5 Pokemon to deal with Adam. I felt, with the team that I expected him to bring, I only needed 5 Pokemon. And this eel basically just covers every other Pokemon that he could bring. Specifically, this thing is basically my answer to Donphan, as well as Crobat, which is why actually Flamethrower is no longer necessary on this, and we can actually replace it with Giga Drain. This will allow us to hit the Milotic without switching out, and it will also allow us to hit the Donphan that might try and stay in against us. It was initially Flamethrower because of the Ferrothorn, but I don't really need to worry about Celebi anyway because I do have the access to knockoff there. Running the defensive set, this will allow me to take hits from Donphan very, very easily. It'll also allow me to wall Crobat very, very easily. With the Assault Vest, I can actually take on Kyurem really well, and by going for Super Fang, I can put the Berry Kyurem into range of a +2 Bullet Punch from my Scizor. So that is really, really important for me. Dragon Tail was also tempting, but I feel that Dragon Tail wouldn't be as good since I can just simply go for Super Fang to break this up anyway if he does run it. It also means it forces things like Cresselia to have to use up all their Moonlights, and that will be really important as well to weaken that thing down. Same with my Milotic with Recover, so it's really, really clutch for me there to grab me some momentum. But like I said, it's basically a middle round mon. It just comes in to soak up a few hits from some of his attackers, and if it can get some damage off in the process, groovy. I'm digging it. It doesn't really roll Volcarona, but I can get a Volt Switch off as it tries to set up, so that's not a big deal. This is my Volcarona check, and if you don't think this is a Volcarona check, you clearly haven't done the calcs like I have. Kyurem Special Bulk with base 90 special defense and 125 HP. A modest Life Orb Fire Dance at +1 does about 80% to this Kyurem set, which means if for some unknown reason he is able to get Stealth Rocks up, which is going to be pretty darn hard since I believe his only Stealth Rocket now is is Celebi or Donphan. If he doesn't get rocks up, Kyurem 100% of the time, unless it's a crit obviously, so 93.5% of the time, is living that Fiery Dance from Volcarona and is able to Rock Slide and take it out. I admit Rock Slide isn't the best idea. There is that 10% chance that I will miss. Funnily enough, Rock Tomb with its 95% accuracy doesn't guarantee the kill, which means that Volcarona will go back to neutral speed, meaning its next Fire Dance will kill me. I could just go into Scarlet and kill it afterwards, but I don't want to risk Scarlet getting burned, and it's just a guaranteed kill. I'm running Toxicon there because it cripples all of his walls since his Cleric isn't really that great. Roost is there just for basic longevity, and Dragon Tail is there for possible setup Cresselia, as well as just any other weird kind of sweeper that he tries to bring. I feel this thing is going to be very, very important for me, as he might also bring in Gramble to deal with me, and so Rock Slide at least gets a bit of damage against that compared to Dragon Tail, and every little bit of damage on things like Gramble is going to be super important in this battle. Gramble is actually a Pokemon that I'm expecting, and I haven't actually built exactly ideally to deal with, being honest. John Cena is my main switch into it, so I'm just going to watch out for Iron Tail, which he might be packing on there. I may just double from John Cena into Eel, or just use Eel as a check. Eel does get Sludge Wave, but then again that means I have nothing really to hit Donphan with other than a Super Fang, which would probably put it in range of dying to Ember plus Sizzle. So maybe I think we might actually just opt for Sludge Wave there. I could have sworn it learned Sludge Wave. What is a poison move he learned? I swear, guys, he learns a poison move. I really thought he did. Do you learn any good steel moves? Iron Tail and Flash Cannon. Flash Cannon will have to do. Flash Cannon doesn't really hit anything else on his team. Weakening Gramble is goddamn important. Anyway, moving on. We got Cocktail. He's back again this week. The defensive DD set is probably the better one that I've used. I feel that this is the set that'll break Adam's team. And it's basically because if he doesn't bring Gramble, this set pretty much wins. This thing walls Sableye, even if it has foul play like the Umbreon did. This time the crunch is not being resisted, it is a normal neutral hit, which means Sableye is going to be taking a ton from it. Cresselia can't wall this. Milotic, although it can get off a Dragon Tail, won't appreciate taking a crunch beforehand, especially if my Eel can get off some damage earlier on, which is very, very important for us. It's going to essentially break down all of his team and rip through it. Like I said, Gramble is an issue. Another issue supposedly is Volcarona for its chance to burn, which is why we're running the Rest Talk. It's the only reason why I'm running Rest Talk. Honestly, I could run EQ, which would deal with a lot of his threats, but I need Crunch, because it crushes Cresselia. I need Iron Head or Iron Tail to beat Gramble, and that would only leave one move left. Earthquake would beat Volcarona, and Electivire, but Waterfall would also be nice for the Donphan. So it is very tricky, but I feel that this thing is my easy switch into my, not Milotic. Well, technically Milotic if it's an offensive Milotic, because I can deal with it every day of the week. This is also my switch in to Cresselia almost every single time. Cress, even if it starts setting up, can't touch this, because I can just set up 2 and get off more damage than he can. And I do have other switch-ins such as my Kyurem in the back to deal with it. So I feel that Gyarados is going to be doing a very important role. It basically, like I said, as I said a lot of times, it can win the game pretty easily for me, and I can see it doing that yet again for us. Hopefully it can pull through against Adam's team. But to break really through his team, we have got my lead of choice, which is my Spit Roast. Don't know why I've done the name wrong yet again at the top. But Spit Roast is very, very important. This is my dedicated lead against Adam, and the reason is, with the set that I've given it, it can outspeed Cresselia most of the time, unless Cresselia ran a bit of speed investment, which I doubt it will. I don't really see why it would. So that means that I can effectively, after Stealth Rocks, go for 2 Flare Blitzes, and any Cresselia set is dead with only 84 attack investments. So that just shows how terrifying Ember is. Actually, no. Maybe with 84 it doesn't kill, but I need only 84 for this Ember. I can do a fair bit of damage to that Cresselia anyway, and force it to Moonlight, allow me to go out to my Gyarados for free if I want to. So that's pretty nice. Flare Blitz plus Wild Charge from 84 attack, I believe, still does enough to take out Milotic. I'm pretty sure I have another calcs for that. I can adjust the HP if I want to, if I do feel like, you know, killing Milotic early is great, because if Flare Blitz plus Wild Charge can kill from whatever stat I can get for that, that's what I'm going to go for, because getting rid of Milotic is really good for my team. Flare Blitz is there basically because it's a nuke attack. Wild Charge is there to catch that Milotic, and also I guess hit up the Crobat, but then again I have Flare Blitz for Crobat. Superpower was initially there. What is Superpower there for again? I don't know. I really don't know what Superpower is there for. I actually can't remember. I think Superpower... What is it? Was it hitting? Nothing. Hitting anything. As far as I remember. Yeah, I'm trying to remember why I ran Superpower on this thing. Flare Blitz does just as much as Superpower to Kyurem. Kyurem's still going to die to Flare Blitz. That's why we're running the bulk as well, so we can actually take a hit from Kyurem and then get rid of it, and if Kyurem dies, that's huge. We can also take a hit from Volcarona and kill it. So that's why the bulk is kind of there, and the speed is there, just like I said, to outspeed, what's its face? Cresselia, because the plan is for Ember to possibly pop a few things thanks to this Scizor set. Now Scarlet is probably it won't get a lot of kills, I feel, in this battle, but it could. Potentially speaking, this thing can sweep Adam's team too. We are running enough speed, I believe, to outspeed Cresselia. I think 208. So let's drop that down a bit. 210. That'll do. That'll do. That basically allows. Actually, I kind of want to make sure it's just 9. Nah, 208. Definitely. There. Booyah. Okay. Reason for this. Okay. We can outspeed Cresselia now. I just want that thing to die out of the way. Running Adamant max attack because he only really has a few counters to this thing. Scizor is actually a very terrifying one for his team to deal with. He has the Volcarona, which I'm aware of, which is why Rocks on Clefable is huge. If we get them up, then a +2 Bullet Punch has a chance to kill non-bulky Volcarona, which is really, really big. Ockerberry will not do anything when it's up against Fiery Dance, but against the HP Fire from Kyurem and the Heat Wave from Crobat, it is going to be really, really, really important for us. Being able to eat those up is going to be huge for us. We can actually, with the Adamant Nature, we do about 80 to 85% to Mega Sableye. So any little bit of chip damage that we can get onto that bad boy, I'm looking at you, Stealth Rocks, is going to be big. But the big play really is baiting the Mega Sableye in, is going for that SD against something we know we can easily set up against, like his Cresselia, which I honestly wouldn't keep in against the Scizor, but you know, if he does, then I guess Adam is just on another planet. He might try and T-Wave me, I don't care. Basically the plan is to SD up. Yeah, I was going to say, if he leaves in Cresselia, that's a really bad play, because you go out and say, like, because if he lets me set up, I don't think Cresselia can touch me, and I can just bug back and kill him. It's like, is that really worth it? I don't know, maybe Adam's just smarter than me, but basically the plan is to Baton Pass out with this boost straight out to Ember. Now if Ember got that boost, it would double his attack to the Devil's number 666. Life Orb, Reckless, good luck Adam. Good luck living anything if I can get my pig to +2. And the plan is really to Baton Pass as he goes into Mega Sableye. That's the big play. Is that when he's in with Mega Sableye, sorry, on the turn I go in, I just SD up as he goes into Mega Sableye, and then I Baton Pass. With the bulk on Ember, I take about 30% from a foul play, and I take nothing from knockoff, and I won't get Willow burned. Which means that if he hasn't Mega Evolved yet, that's probably going to be his play, which would suck, but I could still get off the Baton Pass out to my Ember, and then he's going to start losing Pokemon. He doesn't have very good switch-ins, so I'm going to start firing off Flare Blitzers and blowing things away. Cresselia, fully defensive, takes about 70% from a +2 Flare Blitz, which is insane, because it'll be able to take it and then kill me, but I could still get a huge chunk of damage off onto it. Obviously, Scizor being burned won't be ideal, so I'm hoping I can get into Mega Evolve with Sableye earlier in the game to make my job a little bit easier, hopefully. We'll see what happens. But at the end of the day, I can even just SD again, but I think he's in a foul play. I think foul play is his best way of killing Scizor at that point. But this thing is basically also going to be my win con. So as you can see, we don't really have that much, but we have kind of special attackers. The first 2 are special attackers, and then the last 4 kind of aren't. Ember, I'm really not sure about the superpower. I really don't know what move I would choose to give Ember there, because at the end of the day, I can basically take out everything. It maybe would just be a way of hurting, because Ember doesn't really get any reliable recovery. That's the main problem with this pig. I could obviously run Substitute, but that really wouldn't be ideal. As you can see, very limited options. Power Up Punch was another option I was really considering, as it would allow Ember to get to +1 on an incoming Cresselia, and then just absolutely try and go for the whole pole. But yeah, it's pretty pretty crazy. I mean, honestly, I don't know if I'd go with that play. Taunt is actually another option I was very much considering on this M board. The main reason for me wanting to use Taunt was the fact that if Cresselia came in on that Flare Blitz, he knows he can take them, so I would just Taunt to prevent him from moonlighting, and then I could go for the Adamant Natured Life Orb Sucker Punch, which I assume would do a lot. I think I might actually just chuck Taunt on there, because I assume... Oh, my dog just lost his shit. I think I'll be able to outspeed that very easily. It'll allow me to stop a few of his threats doing some shenanigans. I think it's going to be very, very important. So anyway, guys, that is the team. I feel good about this. I feel like the team is good. We'll have to see if my battling can make up for... Well, let's see if my battling can make my team look as good as I feel it looks good. Main problems for me going as well against Adam. Gramble. It's annoying. Its lack of recovery is very, very good, though, which means that my Eel can definitely come in and take a hit because I'm defensive. Even Sizzle can come in and take a hit, and then I can just proceed to continue to weaken it. If rocks are up, it's a fantastic way of weakening it too. The other big threat to me is this Kyurem with the ability of it to wall break. I need to play very smart against it. I don't want to give Kyurem any free chance to come in against my team. The only thing it can really come in free against, in my opinion, would be my own Kyurem, which is basically designed just to wall the Volcarona. But if I killed the Volcarona, I don't really need my Kyurem anymore, so I'm more than happy sacking it against his Kyurem. It is not a big deal to me at that point of the battle. I don't really need my Kyurem as much. But then again, I could also predict around the fact that he might just go for the Dragon move or the Iron Hit or something, and maybe I go into Sizzle, making a pro play. We'll see what I do there. And the other big threat is Volcarona. Like I said, if he quivers and he's Modest Life Orb and gets a crit on my Kyurem, we probably lose. So if Adam is that 6.25% or whatever it is, then Adam is that 6.25%. It is what it is. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. I really appreciate your support. And also make sure that you subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate that too. And comment on who you think is going to be the most important member, and if you think I have a good chance against Adam. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a nice day. Video 29 is signing out.